I yelled at my boyfriend to wake up and help with school mornings after he kept me awake until 2 a.m. talking about our relationship. I'm 31 and have a middle school daughter named Maya. My boyfriend Ryan is 27 and has never had kids, which honestly shows. Almost every single night, Ryan wants to have these deep conversations about our relationship, like really intense talks about where we're going and what our future looks like. I get it. Those conversations are important, but he always picks the worst times. Last night was especially bad. I told him at 10 p.m. that I needed to go to sleep because my alarm goes off at 5 a.m. Maya has to catch the bus at 6:30, and I need time to wake her up and make sure she's ready. But Ryan kept going. He wanted to talk about whether I saw him as a long-term partner, if I thought he was good with Maya, if my ex-husband affected how I viewed relationships now. Every time I tried to close my eyes, he'd ask another question or start a whole new topic. I looked at my phone at midnight and told him I was serious about needing sleep. He said this conversation was important and couldn't wait. Like, okay, but me driving my kid to school safely also can't wait. By 1:30 a.m., I was literally begging him to please just let me sleep. He got annoyed and said I was avoiding important discussions about us. Finally, around 2 a.m., he stopped talking and I passed out. When my alarm went off at 5 a.m., I could barely open my eyes. I hit snooze once, but knew I couldn't again because Maya needed to get ready. That's when Ryan literally yelled at me from under the covers to turn that thing off because it was bothering his sleep. I completely lost it. I sat up and yelled back, "Wake the hell up and help me then. Sleep obviously wasn't important to you last night when you kept me awake for 4 hours talking about feelings." He just grunted and said Maya wasn't his responsibility and that he needed his rest. I couldn't believe it. This man kept me up half the night having deep conversations about our relationship and how much he cares about me, but now he can't help get my daughter ready for school because he needs sleep. I told him if sleep wasn't an issue for him last night, it shouldn't be an issue now. If he cared so much about our relationship like he kept saying, then he should care about me being safe to drive Maya on basically no sleep. Ryan literally just rolled over with this dramatic sigh and pulled the blanket over his head, like I was the one being unreasonable. So I got out of bed and turned on both lights in the bedroom, the overhead light and the lamp on his side. Then I started looking for clothes as loudly and slowly as possible, opening drawers, moving hangers around, dropping shoes. Ryan stayed under the blanket, not moving. I got Maya up and she could tell I was upset. She's 12, so she's old enough to get herself mostly ready, which is good because I ended up just lying on the couch trying not to cry while reminding her to brush her teeth and hair. The worst part is feeling like a terrible mom because I'm too exhausted to even help her get breakfast. She had to pour her own cereal while I just sat there staring at the wall. We made it to the bus stop on time, but I was so tired I could barely keep my eyes open while driving. When I got back home, Ryan was still asleep with all the lights on. He didn't even bother to turn them off. I turned them off myself and went to make coffee, and that's when it really hit me how messed up this whole situation is. He'll keep me up for hours talking about how much he loves me and wants to build a life together, but he won't get up 20 minutes early to help make sure his girlfriend doesn't fall asleep at the wheel with her kid in the car.